You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Mystery Girls After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Mystery Girls After Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV Mystery Girls After Show. This is the pilot episode, and I am Heather Joy Smith, and here with me is
Michelle Phi.
Hi, guys. Jillian Leff.
And Courtney Henderson.
Okay, so this was the pilot episode that we've all been waiting for the past 4 weeks.
And we're finally all here.
And we're It was meant to be.
This is it, guys.
Maybe that's why they were waiting for us to be together to air the episode.
I think so. So, first thoughts about the whole show. What did you guys think tonight?
It was amazing. Best episode yet.
So good. I could not agree more. Best episode. I really think they should have shown this as the actual first episode.
Well, it's funny because the writers actually tweeted me during the show. So first, I want to give a shout out to Andy and Shep. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Thank you for watching. We so appreciate it. We'd like to take this opportunity to formally invite you to join us in studio for an episode. We love you guys. We love that you're watching, and we want some more insight on the show. So tweet me, and we can set it up.
Yeah, because I want to know where these test audience people came from that allegedly helped shuffle this order of airing these episodes.
It was so good.
We think we should be the test episode.
Like, no, like the formula, like the joke structure, everything I felt like was just on par. The best way I felt like that they could have represented the show and each of the characters. It was all there. It's a whole package.
And it really gave us a sense of how these two girls came together, how Nick kind of fit in, where he came from. And it really just made sense.
I appreciated the balance because I think a lot of the episodes that we've seen so far, it's like Holly is silly and crazy and Charlie is the one that always has to reel her in. And this episode, I think that it was sort of balanced. You know, Charlie had the funny moments, which I was super excited about because we've seen her so stern and she was correcting Holly. That's why I loved it. It was very balanced.
And the physical comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, if a sitcom doesn't have physical comedy, then what the heck is it doing being a sitcom? That's how I feel.
Yep.
What was your favorite part, Michelle?
I really liked the whole thing, actually. Like, I guess I don't have a specific favorite part. It was just, overall, it was very good.
Yes. So,
digging it.
Starting with the beginning of this episode, we saw that Holly and Charlie were not friends anymore after this huge break that they had from their Mystery Girls episode. And that was interesting because in all the other prior episodes, I thought, oh, they had just been friends this whole time. But
and we finally got a time frame. So Mystery Girls was popular in the 90s. We know that Holly was reading the People magazine from 1995. So these women were like hot to trot.
Yes.
At one point in time, and now they're not.
Holly was really having a hard time with this, where Charlie was like, oh, okay, I'm going to have my family and forget about this, where Holly was sitting there eating her ice cream like, oh, I was famous at one point. Like,
I mean, like, let's be real. If I had a husband that hot, I'd be okay with my life, too. Can we say that?
Yes.
Can we say
You want to take me to the suburbs?
Yeah.
All right, honey. Let's go to the suburbs.
Let's do it. I love it.
So the reason why the two girls came together tonight was to help solve a mystery because Nick had witnessed a crime happening in the Hollywood Hills, and he said he would only tell the cops or the detective what he saw if the Mystery Girls were present. So they had to bring back both girls in order to get him to start talking, which was kind of funny because he had this kind of joke like, oh yeah, the man shot the other man, but he had the full-on coat, Prada coat or whatever, like to a T, like written down, like he knew exactly what this person was wearing.
I love the way he delivered that line when they're like, well, did you get a did you do you know, can you give us any details on the trench coat? And he's like, every detail. Hello.
Like, of course I can.
Yeah, only everything. Oh, did you notice anything about his trench coat? Only everything.
He was on it. And it's funny because this was really the first time, I mean, since we didn't see this as the first episode, it's the first time that we're actually seeing the girls work together. And just their dynamic, they were so in tune with one another. You know, like, Holly got right on her phone, Charlie was looking at the details, and they knew, like, oh, just call so Charlie was like these are the things that you can call, you know, call the stores, and Holly was more like, oh, it's this coat, I got it. So we do know they're a great pair. And this was sort of the introduction to that, which I was glad to see, because it's been very conflict-based, the episodes that we've seen so far.
Well, and I think I like the way that this explained the relationship with Nick between, like, Charlie and Nick, and then also Holly and Nick, because now we kind of see why Charlie can be a little bit, like, snarky and short with him.
Yes.
Because he sent everybody away, which I thought was a brilliant choice by the writers to have him, oh, I sent them all away. That's why everybody left. And I love the way that explains why because he was a horrible interview. Nobody should ever hire him based on that interview. But
like,
of course, he's there.
Bold mood from a kid that's from Ohio.
Yeah.
I don't think he's from Ohio. I mean, he is. Like, that's not a prediction, but it's like, there is nothing Ohio about him.
Maybe he was just meant to be in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think so. I can stand by that.
He was meant to be there. Yes, I do think that.
So before we go on, we want to give a shout out to Maria Menounos' new book. It's on the New York Times bestseller, and I actually just went out and purchased it for my trip to New York, and it's really, really good. So everybody go make sure to get it, and also make sure if you go on iTunes that you rate us 5 stars and comment on our YouTube videos, and we will comment back.
Yay. We love to continue the conversation.
Yes.
I get lonely after this show.
Yes.
Late in the week.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Keep me Twitter company, guys.
And always
I
tweet us
will.
questions and stuff regarding the show or anything that you want to know.
Yeah, we
Fun.
love it.
So at first, Holly's idea to have the mystery girls come back, Charlie was not too thrilled about. She was like, I don't think so. Like, I'm happy in the suburbs with my hot husband and kid. So, you know, Holly really had to try and convince Charlie to do this. And then I think, you know, she kind of had these feelings like she missed her and everything.
But I think that Charlie had her own idea about things, because as soon as her teenage daughter said, I am the coolest girl in school, Mom, except for the girl that was on Teen Mom.
Yeah.
I'm the second coolest girl in school. You know, she was kind of like, maybe I do still have it. Maybe we should do this.
Not to mention, I mean, those headshots are probably pretty dusty after 14 years. So
That
for
was so
her
funny.
husband to be like, hey, babe, can you go get those autographed? Because some of the guys at work want one.
She needed that confidence boost.
Yeah, she really
But, you
did.
know, I think she really had it all along. She just kind of hid it because she was a mom in the suburbs, and
I mean,
really.
it's easy to make it. It's hard, to make a change that late in life.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it in terms of outside of a sitcom. Just like you have a teenage daughter, you're happily married, you have your own thing going on away from the spotlight, and you have been for many, many years. And to sort of jump and put yourself back into it, it's a little weird. No?
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like hard because we think of things in such the sitcom setting, and you know, we're expecting the audience to laugh along with us, but like, that's not life.
Yeah, exactly. That's so true.
It's a hard choice, and for her to do that, I thought that was pretty cool because it's out of her character.
Was she just a stay-at-home mom? Is that the impression
That's what
you
I was
guys
just
got?
thinking too. I think she probably was. I mean, because who could just like, oh, okay, sure, I'll just drop everything.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, and just the way that they had her dressed and the way that, you know, she was cleaning, just sort of like, I just felt like it was sort of exaggerating. I mean, it's sitcom to that point of like, I'm a stay-at-home mom and my role is to cook and clean and kind of nurture the family. And here's, because when she came in to meet Holly at Flush, I think.
Yeah.
Flush.
I mean, she looked hot, you know, she was all put together and yeah, she looked good.
Well, do you guys think that she spent her Mystery Girls money like Holly did? I don't.
I don't
No.
know.
So she's
No
probably
way.
living off. She's
Probably,
living off
yeah.
the bank.
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
So speaking of, Charlie and Holly meet at Flush, and they kind of reminisce about the old days, and I think this is where the point where Holly and Charlie decided, yeah, we're gonna do this, and it was really nice to see them kind of coming together after not knowing that they were not friends before, I guess. And so seeing them come together, become friends again, and start creating this again, I thought that was a really sweet moment.
I think we're fulfilled now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We are. It answered so many questions that we've been having the past few weeks.
Absolutely. And I actually really liked how they did the mystery girl.
Yeah.
I love that Holly, like, she wanted to do this, so she did it. I loved the part where, you know, she was like, well, Charlie's like, where did you get the money for this? And she's like, you know, those diamond necklaces? Yeah.
That was a great moment.
I didn't, did I? It's unclear. You know, like, I just.
Let's drop it.
Like, I feel like. I mean, Tori is great in every episode, but there's just something about, I don't know if it was the writing or what it was about this, that I just thought her acting was just unmet. Like, this is the best I've seen her so far in the series, I think.
Go ahead.
It reminded me of the Gilmore Girls back and forth. You know, like the quickness.
Yeah,
and the
I
flow.
like that more snarky, quick, witty banter.
Yeah.
Do you think that Tori and Jenny are playing so well together because they've had this actual and real life relationship for all these years? And it's kind of in a way mirrors real life. I mean, they both played on this hit show back in the 90s. They kind of both were out of the spotlight for a while, and now they're both back.
I never thought about that. Actually.
Well, Tori was the creator of the show, and she was one of the co-writers in the beginning. I don't know if she co-wrote the actual final episodes, but at least for, like, you know, pitch meetings and things, and then as an executive producer, so she's got her own money, from my understanding, behind this to get it started, and picked Jenny, and, you know, and I think that was a big part of it, was kind of mirroring, well, the idea came from kind of mirroring a little bit of her reality, or, you know, her and Jenny's reality with everything we just said.
Be interesting to
I wish
kind
they
of pick your
solved
brain on that.
mysteries on 90210.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. I love the references too. I feel like I'm missing some of them because I feel like every time Tori is clearly quoting a movie, or when Charlie's like said something about, you know, stop acting like you're in Lord of the Rings or whatever. Yeah. You know, it's like I could tell she's quoting something. That was the one I knew, but there was another one I didn't know. And then when they brought up Shannon, I kind of love that they're keeping, you know, the outside world involved. I love it when shows do that.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with the pop culture in this show.
Yeah.
It really drags me in.
They have really good writers.
Yeah. Hey, writers.
Hey. Good job, guys. So, let's see. I think that's all I have for pretty much this episode. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Oh, let's talk about, so they actually didn't solve the mystery of the pug.
Oh, yes. Yes. Totally
You know,
forgot
they
about
didn't
that.
really solve the mystery of the guy who was shot in the Hollywood Hills either.
No.
No, they like framed the guy, right?
But you guys,
you know,
they found the cocktail shaker.
Yes.
Hello.
So the mystery was solved.
that was so funny. I love the moments. I'm getting used to the high five at the end.
I love it.
Now it's growing on me.
Is it?
Ladies, you know how I feel about it in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's growing on me now. I feel like we need to like have our own high five.
I think so.
We need to come up with something. Yeah. Exactly. No, I loved this episode. I thought it was great.
Yeah, definitely the best one so far.
Oh, wait, we didn't talk about the beginning with Nancy O'Dell.
Oh, yeah. Shout out.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
I loved that. It was like sort of I mean, I know she doesn't work for E, but like behind the scenes E! True Hollywood Story type thing where they were doing like a Where Are They Now? And I thought that was a great way to tie everything in, because really, how are you going to get these two people in the same room talking about these things and how they came together? Really, how are you going to set it up? And that was the perfect way to set it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and again, I feel like that structure, I just felt like it had just, I don't know how I mean, just the writing and just kind of the structure. I can't think of another word to describe it, I guess, but just how it set everything up. I just felt like the formula of sitcom was a lot more present in this episode. And you know, we were kind of talking about as we watched it whether or not we like this episode so much more because we do have those other episodes, and so it's filling in holes rather than just giving us brand new information. And you know, it's hard to say. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that you like this episode more because you've seen the others, or do you think you would have liked it just as much right out the gate, first thing you ever saw of the show?
I think I would have liked it right out the gate. Well, it's hard to say because I feel like the first 3 episodes I was kind of lost. Like I liked them, but it just didn't kind of make sense how they all got together, where everything came, like where Nick come from, and it just was there. And now I feel like I get it now. Like, this was perfect. I understand, and I kind of wish this was at the beginning so I could have understood from the beginning.
Right. Now we have to go back and watch those other episodes.
No, exactly. Now I need to go back and watch, so it makes more sense.
We'll catch so many things, I think, watching it again. Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I definitely agree. Yeah. I mean, she pretty much said everything that I could have said.
I'm on the fence. I don't know how I would have felt about it. I did really like it, but at the same time, we were so attached to the characters after watching them in 3 episodes that, yeah, I appreciate now we know how everything came together. But I don't know if I would have liked it in the same way, because we've had other episodes to compare it to. So I'm more confused than anything else, but I really liked it, and I'm glad that they aired it, because there was a time where I did not think it was going to come on. But I'm happy that we saw it. I think that's good.
I'd be curious for the writers or anybody on production who is watching our show tonight, if you guys could tweet us and maybe let us know why they kind of went out of order. I think we'd like to know, at least. Maybe we could share that next week if we get any answers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll gladly do that.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. And where can everybody find you guys?
Girl, I have some news and gossip.
That's right, news and gossip.
Oh my gosh.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So I was reading this article today about ABC Family, and I thought this would be interesting since this show is on ABC Family, and a lot of our viewers watch other ABC Family shows. So the network has always been driven towards, you know, the entire family of all ages. They are making a change. Not only have they sort of cleaned house and hired new people from other networks, but they're actually gearing the network more towards middle-aged women. So they're going to get rid of a lot of their more childish content, movies that they might show that are geared towards the younger set, and it's going to be specifically young teen, which a lot of middle-aged women are into nowadays. So I don't know what shows are going to be gone. I don't know what shows are coming back. I hope this show stays. But yeah, they're making a shift, and I'm kind of excited about it because they've really built their network on these teen dramas. I mean, we have Pretty Little Liars, we have The Fosters, the 2 big ones for the network right now. Switched at Birth is another huge one. So I'm really excited to see the change. And if you guys want to check it out, it was The Hollywood Reporter. So you guys can
I saw something recently that said the ABC Family demo was 12 to 34 years old, which normally if you look, it's 18 to 34, you know, teenage, but it was interesting to see 12 to 34. And so it'll be interesting to see how that kind of skews to maybe the 18 to 34 range. Obviously, the high school students will still be watching it and everything, but
I mean,
it's gonna be interesting.
I think that the shift has already started too, because a lot of the shows are dealing with a lot heavier subject matter. You know, like a lot of sex, a lot of drugs, a lot of like raunchy jokes. Like this show, I was surprised, has a bit of raunch.
We talked about that the first week that I was in studio. Or maybe I wasn't in studio. No, it was the first. I called in. It was the first episode, and we talked about both Young and Hungry that airs right before Mr. Girls, and Mr. Girls, the first episode they aired, both of them, I was surprised at the more adult content for an ABC Family show. You know, thinking in the past of the other shows that have been aired on this network, that answers my question as to, you know, why they did that and why they kind of chose these shows that definitely have that content that's a little bit more risque, per se.
I'm excited.
Interesting to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see where ABC Family.
Do you think it's because they're trying to just grow with their viewership? I mean, it's called ABC Family, so at some point I feel like
they're gonna have to change the name.
You know what I mean? It's you know what? But they have ABC, so it's like where do you go? And why would they try to make the shift on ABC Family rather than on ABC? Or I
kind of feel like so they have Disney Junior, which is obviously the younger kids. They have Disney, where I kind of feel like Disney is now taking over that 5th grade to maybe even freshman in high school age range.
I have cousins that are in high school that still watch their shows.
Yeah, so I feel like Disney's kind of taken over that range that ABC Family used to have. And so ABC Family has grown, like you said, with their demographic, and now it's you know, these college middle-aged me, you know, you know, like,
You're not in college or middle age, honey.
well, we won't say how old I am, but I'm definitely older than I look, so we'll just stick with that.
No, but like when everyone talks about like Pretty Little Liars, and I'm like, that's my TV guilty pleasure.
Yes,
like,
that's like my favorite
I'm 25,
show.
am I supposed to be watching that? Like, yeah. ABC Family, thank you for changing your age demo.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
It's for me. Thank you.
I actually had my mom hooked on Pretty Little Liars too. She was like, I binge watched it all week. And like, yes.
Oh my god, amazing.
I'm seriously gonna go binge watch this. Now
Yes.
that we have these episodes,
We should watch them in order.
Yeah, to watch them in order and just see what that does or if that changes any of the, you know, like I said, if we find more things, because I feel like anytime you watch a movie or you watch something over and over again, you find these things, or just depending on what's going on in your own life, where you find the humor and what you relate to, you know, changes also. So I'm excited. Thank you for giving us this.
All right. So where can everybody find you on social media?
Well, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Michelle Phi.
You can find me on Twitter at Jillian Leff, on Instagram at Jilly Leff, and if you guys are into YouTubers, I am interviewing the Tyler Oakley tomorrow, live at 4:35 on AfterBuzzTV.com, so be sure to check that out and tweet me questions if you have any questions for him.
Nice. I am Courtney Henderson. I can be found at COUHEN on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Heather Joy Smith. And I'm also on Chasing Life after show and Young and Hungry right after this show tonight. So we look forward to seeing you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.